Hey, this is Racquetball Tim. This is a gameplay analysis video for Pete. I really appreciate all the emails and feedback I'm getting for these gameplay analysis videos. I believe they're the best way to improve your game, and hopefully this one is no exception. Alright, Pete, I had you come by on a Thursday night. You played in our leagues against our league players. Your first game here is against Felipe. He's a very good A player. I like the choice of ceiling ball here to his backhand. What I love about your game, Pete, is you're always in center court. Look at you, right in there in center court. Got your racket up. Put a nice little pinch shot away here for the win. You're going to see a recurring theme throughout this video, Pete. I like the drive serve here. This situation right here is what you got to improve on. This ball's coming down. It's a setup. You got to let this ball drop below your knees. Too many times you're contacting the ball waist high, even shoulder high sometimes. And when you do that, even if you hit a kill shot, the ball's going to come up, which is exactly what happened right here. Felipe got to the ball, kept the rally alive. Lucky for you, you got the hinder there. He was right in front of you. That's a penalty hinder. But you did give him an extra shot in that rally. Let the ball drop, and you'll find that your kill shots are much more effective and much more consistent. You'll see it again later in the video as well. Here's another really good example of what I'm talking about, Pete, not letting the ball drop. So here's a good Z serve to Felipe's backhand. He plays too far forward when returning serves, so he's susceptible to Z serves like that, and he often hits weak returns off of them. Now what you want to do here is contact that ball at its lowest point just as it's dropping. Now what you did is you actually backed up away from the ball and let it bounce. And now you're hitting a tennis shot here, which is a really high overhead. It's just hard to do anything with that shot effectively. Felipe should have went down the line here. He would have ended the rally, but he likes the pinch shot. So he tries a pinch, and again you have a setup. If you let this ball drop, the rally's over, but you contact it waist high. If you swing flat and level and the ball's waist high, that's exactly where it's going to hit on the front wall. So it hit the front wall too high, comes back for a setup. You're too far forward now, and he hits an easy pass to win the rally. I want to talk a little bit about execution now. Down the line pass is the right shot here. You try it, but you hit it right down the middle. So you're really going to want to practice those down the lines and make sure you get them close to the side wall. There's an overhead that you also missed, giving him a setup. He hits it right back to you, keep the rally alive. You're going to get another setup here in a second. He hits a ceiling ball off the back. I like what you do here. You go back, you square it up, you got your racket up. Down the line pass again is the right shot, but again your contact point's off a little bit, and you miss your down the line, giving him another setup. So really practice those down the lines in your drill sessions over and over again. In this game, you're playing against Shawn, who's a squash player who's filling in for us. He's like a C-level racquetball player. I like the half lob to his backhand, force him into a weak return. I like this here too, Pete. You got your racket up again, let the ball drop. This is actually, knee high, maybe a little bit lower when you make contact, and that's exactly what you need to do, bud. Nice flat level swing, and you hit a perfect kill shot left side. Beautiful job. Our league nights have a lot of background noise, so I had to mute it for this one. I love this rally, Pete. Shawn hits you a serve here. You do a great job of staying on the offense this entire rally. It's a pretty good serve down the right side. I like the choice of cross court. He always plays too far forward, so any kind of pass will beat him. You hit the cross court, he tries a little dump shot in the front left, and there you are in center court like you always are, fighting for position. You square up to the sidewall beautifully, got your racket up, and you let that ball drop nice and low for the pinch kill. Excellent. This video is going to give us a good example of your backhand mechanics here. Shawn hits you a drive serve, comes off the back wall. Anytime a serve comes off the back wall, it's prime rib. It's time to score. Got your racket up, you're squared up. Let the ball drop into your hitting zone. I love how your racket's up. I love how your step towards the front right corner, or front left corner. It's exactly what you should do. Let the ball drop nice and low, and you hit a beautiful low kill shot there. I'd like to see you follow through quite a bit more on your backhand, as we're going to see later in the video as well. When you finish your backhand, your racket should be pointing toward the back wall. Here's another muted clip. I think at this point in the game you were pretty much dominating Shawn in terms of score. So I like the safe serve, I like the safe ceiling ball. We're going to talk about this right here, setups in the front court. Alright, so this rally starts off with the half lob. Try to get those to land on the dotted line or in front of the dotted line. That would have come off the back, and a higher level player is going to wait for that and put it away. So really, shore up that half lob serve, Pete. Make sure it's consistent. Shawn tries a weird overhead that he likes to try. When you get a setup like this in the front court, you got to let the ball drop to its lowest point. You're contacting at waist high. It's impossible to hit a pinch shot effectively like that. You're almost better off going past down the line or with a high Z shot. I actually like the high Z shot many times from the front court if I'm off balance. If the ball drops, I put it away for a kill shot straight in.
No licking, and then it's afterwards. Then it's a punt time. Yeah. This is kidding. Oh, he didn't bend his knees. Only a couple times. That one's going on YouTube right there. It's a perfect angle. A couple times.
You start this rally off with that Z serve you like to hit. Did come off the back a little bit. Again, work on consistency. Some guys can put that away. Shawn gives you a weak return. This is prime rib again. You got to bend your knees a little bit more, Pete. You notice at the point of contact, you're straight up. Also, watch your follow through here. You actually didn't even take a full follow through. I'm not sure if you're worried about hitting Shawn or if it's just a mechanical issue, because earlier you did the same thing when nobody was around. So I'm thinking that you're just not rotating your hips enough, and you got to get that racket pointing toward the back wall after you follow through. That's the key. Get the racket pointing toward the back. That indicates that your hips have rotated fully. It adds more power and more consistency. Now, you are a racquetball player and you're a gamer, Pete. The very next rally, you come back and look at you. Racket's pointing toward the back. You took a full swing and you won the rally. I wanted to show that because you're resilient, you're a thinker, and you made the adjustment. So great job on that.
All the time.
Your next match was against Derek, who's approaching A. He's got a very strong forehand, a lot of power. His backhand is his liability, and that's where you want to attack. So he gives you a lob nick to your backhand. You go for a straight in pass here. Again, you got to work on that shot because it comes right down the middle of the court, right to his forehand. He puts a little dumper in the corner, but again, you're in center court. So you square up, you got your racket up, and now you execute a perfect cross court. So we're looking for consistency. Your down the line was off, your cross court was on. Alright, so let's see how perceptive everyone is watching. Did you guys notice anything different about the last clip? Anything odd? Anything strange? If you did, give yourself points. Pete is playing left-handed this game. He's ambidextrous. He likes to switch it up. I like the overhead there to Derek's backhand. Overhead to his forehand is playing with fire. You leave it up, he puts it away. If you guys noticed that Pete was playing lefty, give yourself bonus points for perception. Nice job.
Squash player. It's just weird. It's been a slow week, so Maria couldn't make it. Taka, Kevin. Two people showed up. I played Shawn before. In Racquetball? Yeah.
Pete, the one thing I like about you playing righty compared to when you play lefty, I believe that you have better footwork from the right side. For whatever reason, it could be a number of reasons, but I do believe overall your footwork's better from the right side. Now I like to serve here. The best way to serve Derek is a high lob nick to his backhand because he likes to cut off serves. High lob nicks prevent your opponent from cutting off serves. So he waits for it to hit the sidewall, hits a weak return for you. The one mistake you make here is with footwork. We're going to see it right now. As the ball's heading into the corner, you take up your position way too early. You want to be a little more patient, let that ball come out and move with it. What you're doing is camping out. You're standing there waiting for the ball to come to you, and then you're at the mercy of the ball. This one actually comes out right into a poor spot of your hitting zone. You want to be at full extension. Now you're bent over. It's too close. You got jammed, basically. And there's the weak shot. If Derek had waited, that would have been a setup. He got a little bit impatient. Again, there's the bad footwork with the left side. You didn't square up to the sidewall, giving him a setup, and he passes you easily. Again, too much background noise, so we muted this one. It's a good rally for you to learn from, though, Pete. That's why I put it on here. I always talk about how you own center court, and I love that. I love guys who aren't afraid to take over center court. He starts you off with a jam serve. When you get jammed like that, your feet aren't set. Why try something silly? I like how you go to the ceiling. I'd like to see a little bit deeper, of course, into his backhand, but it was a good ceiling ball. Another one, he jams right at you. Again, you go to the ceiling. This one's much better. Now you got him deep in the court at your mercy. He tries a crazy shot. Just not a good shot for him, and you put it away. Great job owning center court.
Nice.
So for this one, I want to talk about shot selection. Gets you a good drive serve to your backhand. Shot selection is beautiful. You got to go ceiling. Execution was not. That ceiling ball goes right in the middle of the court. So work on those ceiling balls. Work on all your shots. That execution is the key to racquetball. It leads to consistency. I like the choice of a pinch here. Got him moving. You stay low. You hit a nice pinch. Great job on that one. Let's take a look at your backhand mechanics when you're playing lefty. This is a setup off the back, so we got a good angle. It's perfect. Your racket's up. You're squared up. I love it. You're going to see a problem with the follow-through again, Pete. You got to get that racket pointing toward the back wall. You tend to take kind of a half swing. If you take a full swing, you'll find more power and more consistency. This is a great shot here. Again, you stay low. There's your nice little pinch kill that you're really good at. So keep hitting those. If there's one rally for you to watch that's kind of a culmination of all the things I want you to work on, this is it right here. You're trying to hit a lob nick here, but it doesn't nick. It's too far away from the sidewall. Some guys are going to shoot that down the line. Derek plays it safe and goes up to the ceiling. We're looking for consistency, so make sure that you practice that lob nick over and over again. This is a tough shot here. Anytime the ball's close to the sidewall like that, you pretty much did all you can do. You try to go ceiling and you miss it. So you give Derek a setup, but this is what I love, Pete. You're right back in center court. Some guys give up on this rally because they gave the guy a setup in the front, but no, you're in center court. You get to keep the rally alive. Anytime you force your opponent to hit an extra shot, there's a good chance they can miss it, so give yourself some credit for that. Now Derek tries one of his overheads that he likes to hit. This one comes way off the back wall, so this rally, for all intents and purposes, should be over. You got to set up, let the ball drop. Oops, too high. I know I keep harping on it, Pete, but I think the message is clear. Let the ball drop and you'll end a lot more rallies. This one's too high, comes off the back, and now you're forced into hitting another shot. This rally is one shot too long already. The ball's coming down for another setup. I like the pinch to the left side or the pass to the right side. Way too high, Pete. That ball is above your waist. 9 times out of 10, this ball is going to come up. You got lucky, you hit the front wall, side wall, and it cracked out. Alright, just to show that I'm not picking on you, you had a nice half lob here to Derek's backhand. Kept the ball high in his hitting zone. He took an ill-advised, aggressive shot here. Probably should have went ceiling. For him, that's a tough shot. He hit it right down the line off the back wall, so you got to set up. You see him coming forward, so I like the choice of a pass here. The guy's running toward the front wall, pass him. Execution-wise, you missed your pass just a little bit, Pete. But watch this now. Ball's coming off the back. Got your racket up. Let the ball drop. Look at that. You let the ball drop perfectly, and you hit a nice pinch kill. It's amazing what happens when you let the ball drop. Gotta love it. Oh, you're supposed to turn beast mode on. Trouble now. It's the slowest pass ever.
I don't know about that, man.
Alright, Pete, let's finish up strong here. This is game point. I love how you take an extra second there to focus on your serve for game point. You had a nice half lob to his backhand, force him into a weak return. The overhead here, it's to his backhand, so I'll give you points for that, but you got to really practice those overheads so that they're nice and low. That one came off the back. You got him to the left side of the court, so the right shot is a pass down the right side. Doesn't matter how fast it is if it's accurate like that. So great job on hitting that one. On those overheads, just move your contact point slightly forward to get the ball down a little bit. Pete, I'm glad you were able to come out to Las Vegas and play against some of our league players. I hope you had a great time while you were here. We loved having you. I believe you have a good understanding of what you need to work on based on this video and what we talked about while you were here. I'm looking forward to your next visit, and I want to see how you're progressing. For everybody else, as always, learn more at howtoplayRacquetball.org.